Clock that T. Clock that T. Clock that T now.
Tell me what's your motive?
What's going on, my girls and my gays and my straight boys? It is me, the Godfather. Y'all, I feel good. I feel amazing. Like, I look good. Like, what y'all think? I'm giving the girls very much bedtime realness. You guys, this story time here is quite a lot. It's quite a lot. I did some things that I haven't done in a long time. It took me back to my teenage years. And, you know, I gagged somebody. I had to gag somebody. Literally. I'm ready to tell y'all what happened. So, if you like the DL trade of it all, then be sure to like, be sure to comment, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Click that bell to be notified of all my latest updates and all my latest story times that'll be dropping throughout the month. Because, you guys, this one here, let me just tell you what happened and stop stringing you along. So, you guys, I don't know if you guys know this app, Tagged. I don't know if you guys know about Tagged, but girl, Tagged is the spot. Tagged is the spot where you need to go to get your rocks off. Like, I'm sorry, no tea, no shade, no app doesn't like Tagged. So, you guys, I was on Tagged, right? And I made an account. Y'all already know the mug in the face gives. Like, and with the nails and stuff like that, like, the men literally thought I was a girl. So, y'all, I'm just on there, right? I'm swiping right on all the straight men because, like I told y'all, my gay boys, they do it for me, but, you know, some nights I be needing a straight man's touch. So, I'm swiping right on all the straight men. And, yo, they gagging me because they're swiping right back. So, I'm like, all right, we finna have a fun night. We finna have a good night. Like, yo, ever since I put the nails on, like, something has unlocked in me physically. Like, it's like the bad bitch just awakening me. So, I'm on Tag swiping right, you know. I'm conversing with a lot of guys at this point. But I know I'm not going to link with them because some are in Texas, some are in Atlanta, you know. So, I'm making future plans because I'm getting ready to go out of town pretty soon. So, I'm making future plans to wherever I'm going to link up with these guys. So, I go on to the live section of the app, you guys. On this section of the app, people are on live, like, actively getting head and, you know, things of that nature. Like, it's very sexual over there. So I'm going on the live part and I see this dude. He's like 10 miles away and that's kind of like right where I work at. So I'm like, okay, he's in a section where I work at. So let me click on his live, right? Click. Girl, he on the live talking about
man, I need some throat, man. I need some throat. Like, somebody come throat my shit while I smoke my blunt.
Now, for the girls that are new here, this is your first story time. Let me tell you something about me. One of my biggest fantasies is servicing a man while he's just laid stretched back, smoking his blunt. Like, that's one of my biggest fantasies. So for me to hear a man actively say that, I was like, thank you, God. You did that. You did that for me. Like, I feel like he did that for me because that's one of my biggest fantasies. And tonight, I'm going to make that fantasy a reality. So I slid into his inbox. I'm not even going to hold you. I did. And I slid into his inbox. And let me see if I can pull up the message. Because, y'all, after tonight, I gagged him so bad. I kind of made him change his whole social media life. Ooh. Clock that T. Clock that T. Clock that T now. Let's clock it. Let's clock it. Let's talk about it and let's clock it. Because we got some things to talk about. The pictures of his face. So I inboxed him, right? And I'm like, what's up? And I had my Snapchat in the bio, right? And I'm sorry, y'all, I'm really excited today because, like, but anyways, I went in his inbox and I texted him. I'm like, what's up? Y'all, I forgot my social media was in my bio on Tag. So he instantly went to my Snapchat. Sent a picture of the wood right away. I was like, ah! He's gagging me. He is on my type of time. Girl, this man was on my type of time. Mind y'all, I had just turned 24, so this happened a day after my birthday. And on my birthday, y'all, I did not get touched. I turned 24 without getting touched or service. So I had to make up for lost time. I had to. This was last week. So he sent a picture of the wood and he was like, bring me that throat. I don't know about y'all, but I know half of my subscribers, when we're told bring that throat, we do what? We bring that throat. You right. So girl, I'm like, is he serious? I texted him, I was like, I would if I knew what you look like. And he was not gonna show his face. But on tags, he had a profile picture. Like, he would block the bottom half of his face, but I could tell he was younger than me. So I'm like, you younger than me. Like, I could tell. And I'm like, just in a snap, like, you know, like Snapchat will show you if I'm screenshotting your picture, like, just in a snap. And he was like, man, nah, no face, no case. So I'm like, well, I already know what you look like anyway, so it's really not that deep to me. I'm like, all right, cool. What you want to do this at? Nah, y'all, don't judge me. I haven't done CarPlay in years.
Yup.
I tripped up and I ended up doing it again. Like, y'all, I haven't done that since I was a teenager. And y'all, I'm grown now. I talk to men with houses. They got their own car. They got their own everything. Like, own house, own car, own job, own money. That's the men I talk to. That tickles my fancy. But tonight, I felt like just being risky, just saying, fuck it all. We only live once, right? Let's go out with a bang if we gotta go out. So I'm like, all right, I'll think about pulling up or whatever. And he was like,
Man, you playing, man, bring your throat.
that's all he kept saying was bring your throat. And yo, I'm not gonna lie. That made me cut the throat on. Like, that made me be like, you must know me from somewhere because you keep saying bring my throat. And I'm like, why you keep telling me that? Like, why you telling me that? You can't tell a bad bitch bring your throat when I'm on that type of time because I'm gonna bring it. Like, I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna put it in a shopping cart and push it towards you. So I'm like, man, he playing. So I'm like, okay, well, send some more pictures then. Like, you know, let me get myself together on the way there. So y'all, he sent some more pictures. Now, the wood itself, as y'all kind of sort of seen, I really couldn't show y'all, but the wood wasn't so massive. It was a nice little size. Something to tickle my fancy for the night, you know. I didn't have no plans. So, hey, might as well bring the throat to the kid. So I'm like, all right, cool. Where you stay at? And he stayed like probably 20 minutes away from me. So I'm like, okay, well, I drive out to work in that area, so I'm not gonna trip ride it too much. So I got in the car, y'all. I'm driving over there. So I'm just like, y'all, I'm nervous, mind you, because it was like around 9:30 when this happened. Now, I don't never link up with Trey that early. And mind y'all, it was a cool night. It was cold outside. But I had my high little shorts on, you know, I had like an open tee on. I didn't have my nails on. I had my do-rag on, you know. So I'm going right out there, whatever. And he was like, turn on Williams Road. I can say the road because it really don't matter to me. He said, turn on Williams Road, y'all. So when I got out there, I'm looking for Williams Road. Mind you, the area he told me to go in, I never go to that area because it's outside of my vicinity. And plus, it be dark as hell. So I'm turning on Williams Road, y'all. He was like, come to the back of the road. Girl, I turned on the road. The road stayed dead in. I instantly thought of robbery. I was like, oh no. Like, yo, like the whole time out there, I was so nervous because it's like, this boy could probably have like a trap waiting on me. When I get out there, like, I could pull up on him and he pull a gun out on me and be like, give me your call, give me your money and everything like that. Because mind you, when I was going out there to go see him, he was like, oh, stop and get me a blunt. I gave him out your silver because he wanted to roll up while I'm doing the service. But I'm like, no, like, you're not about to have my car smelling like that odor. Like, no, because I won't be able to perform. I'm trying to show y'all, like, it's like y'all like Sunday. Like, this happened Sunday. Like, this happened last Sunday. So I'm like, I can't perform if you got that odor in my car. Like, that's gonna just turn me off. It's gonna make me upset. So he was like, all right, fuck you. Come on, let me slut you out. He gonna slut me out. Oh my God, he gonna slut me out. He's gonna slut me out.
Yes, God, honey.
He's gonna slut me out. So, girl, I'm getting on Williams Road. Like I told y'all, the road was a dead end. Like, I two trailers on each side of the road and like a dark curve in the back. And y'all, I almost backed my car up into the ditch trying to get off that road. And so I text, I'm like, I'm not going on Williams Road. I'm like, no. So come to find out, he wanted me to go on Williams Road because he stayed across the highway. So I guess he didn't want me to see where he really stayed at. But come to find out, I know where you stayed now. I seen the house you came out of. Looked like a trap house. So like, I parked on side the U-Haul place because I'm like, man, I really drove out here for nothing. Like, yo, mind y'all, like, I started to lose my morals because I never pull up on trade like that. And I started 2024 off by pulling up on a trade. Is that a sign of what's to come for the rest of the year? I hope not. Yeah, no, I'm not putting up on trade all 2024. It don't give that. It just, like, with a face like mine, it don't give pull up on trade. So I'm sitting outside the U-Haul place, like, mind y'all, I'm watching every car that passes, because it's like, I gotta be on guard. Like, I'm telling him where I'm at, but it's like, watch your surroundings. Like, if 2 cars try to pull up on you, you go run them cars over to get away. Like, I don't give a damn. Like, I'm right by the highway. I see the security camera behind me, got me on his camera, so it's like, I feel safe sitting out right here. And he was like, no, come by this street with a big billboard sign it. So y'all, I drove down the street first. I drove on the highway, right? I'm driving on the highway, like trying to see if I see extra cars hiding out somewhere before I go on the street. So I passed on there, like, I'm on the highway, like, all right, so I made a U-turn in the middle of the road, and I went back to the street. And I made that right. I turned on Williams Road, right? Why I see the trade in question come out the trap house, right, y'all? And I'm like, okay, this gotta be him, because it's after 10 o'clock, it's cold outside, it's like 40 degrees, so who could be out here? So he come out the house, y'all, he had a gun on his side, y'all. And y'all, I didn't see none of that until he got in the car. So he had a gun on his side, he got in the car. I'm like, what's up? You know, speaking like, you know, I'm in nigga form right now. So I'm like, what's up? And he was like, what's up? And I'm like, you know me, I gotta make a joke out of everything. So I'm like, why the fuck you got a mask on? Like, COVID over, like, boy, take that mask off. And he was like, man, I told you, no face, no case. So I'm like, whatever, boy. We'll be going in. And he was like, go to the end of the road. Yo, my dumb ass driving to the end of the road, right? I get to the end of the road. Girl, they got a gate. And it had a sign on the gate that said, this area is CCTV recorded. So I'm like, bitch, CCTV, that's security cameras, bitch. So I'm like, girl, where we at? Like, I'm like, what's going on? Like, and y'all, come to find out, they had a plant right behind us. So that was cameras for the plant. So I'm like, girl, I'm okay, the camera? So he was like, man, no, chill, you good or whatever. So I backed the car in, right? You know, when I'm going down doing my big one, I could just pop up and, you know, examine the area if need be and, you know, make a quick escape. So I'm backing the car in, right? And mind y'all, we parked on somebody's house. Like, somebody could have came outside and literally see me doing service in the front seat.
Yup.
So, y'all, I backed the car in, right? I cut the car off. I left the keys in the ignition because it's like, bitch, if push come to shove, I'm going to take that nigga with me. Like, we both going down together, like, on some real shit. So I locked the car doors, right? I'm like, let me make sure my doors are locked. So I'm like, you want to get in the back seat? Because, you know, it got tent back there. It's like, you know, like, we in the front right now. We might get caught. If somebody come outside. He was like, man, no. So, y'all, he just undid his pants, y'all. He just pulled it down. Yo, it was on soft. I'm like, man, it was a noodle. And I'm like, if you're new to the channel, y'all, I hate noodles. I hate noodles. I don't know why noodles exist. Like, when everybody see me, like, you know, it's rocks, you know, and he had a noodle. So I'm like, don't tell me I gotta do a little, don't tell me that. Cause I don't want to do that if I got to. So I'm like, damn, man. So y'all, I'm like, I'm getting in first position. I'm getting in first position. And y'all, I'm doing my little 1-2. All right, 10 seconds later, he's starting to rise. I'm like, all right. You know, he's a fast learner. And y'all, I should have known that this night I would be doing things I ain't never did or never tried, but I've seen people do before, so this wasn't gonna be new to me. But the problem with this trade was, and the problem with me, this might be TMI, this just might be me. Y'all, I haven't done that. Like, you know, I haven't since last year. So I don't do that often. So I have the skills, but I don't want to put those skills on everybody. And I don't like bodily fluids. And tonight, it was too much fluids for me to even get erected. I'm sorry, like, if I'm doing it for my pleasure, it felt like I was doing it more so for his pleasure and not for me. But it was just like, you know what, you out here, you might as well do it now. So I'm right there, just like, you know, I'm doing my big one. I ain't have nails on, but y'all, I'm cupping the test. I'm cupping the test, right? Rubbing around like dollar bills, like I'm doing my thing, right? And he's saying he erect, you know, but I don't know if it was he was on pills, pot of cocaine, infamil, Similac. I don't know what it was. Maybe he was doing partaking, but he had a massive problem with staying erect. For me, I'm not gonna say he was getting noodleish, but you could feel when it's going down. So it's like, damn, now I gotta go back and cover the last base. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't just cover this part, and I go to the next part, but this part going down, I gotta go back and cover that part. Then I'm covering that part, then that part going down. Like, what the fuck? What's going on? Like, you having problems? So finally, I'm like, okay, I gotta unlock the second gear in this bitch to really get this going somewhere. So I unlocked the second gear, you guys, and y'all, when I did that, that's when shit got fun. So I'm like, all right, this gonna be slight work for me, but I'm not getting nothing out of this. So while I'm in first position, while I'm, you know, tooted up or whatever, he started to grip the cakes. I'm like, okay, like, do more. Like, don't grip it, smack that bitch. Like, do something, like, give me something, bitch. Like, give me something more. All he want to do is just grab and grip. And I'm like, man, cause this shit. So y'all, I'm just eating. And y'all, this is where it'll get a little vulgar. So my young kids, you should not be on this video anyway. But if you are, please click off. Please